What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We out here with some more Tool. This time we're checking out Jambi. Okay. Now I had a hard time finding the ones that I didn't already do that weren't like the deep cuts. I did all the popular ones, but I don't think a lot of people on my channel are aware that I did some reactions to Tool. They're kind of tucked away and buried by the algorithm. So this is my attempt at reviving that, and I don't believe I've heard this one before. So let's go ahead, shut up, and turn it up. Oh wait, nope. All right, hold on. We got to kind of break up that beginning. All right, so immediately started going in very rushing, right? I know that Tool is kind of like the kings when it comes to polyrhythms, right? And polymeters, polyrhythms as well, right? Bunch of stuff going on. I actually thought Danny was multiple drummers before I realized that it was just one man back there carrying those complex rhythms, right? I looked at one of his drum cams and I was like, yo, it's all him. It's actually crazy. But I love the way that this started off, right? Very fast rhythm. The tone of the guitar really kind of gives you that sense of aggressiveness, and then the grit kind of comes in, kind of laying down that almost kind of give you like a destructive warscape or something like that, right? Like I'm riding on a Harley Davidson, right? And I'm traveling in the desert and this music is playing. That's what I'm thinking of right now. All right, let's keep it going. And then this pause right here, right? The silences that's hitting right before the silence are hitting that much more because of how much atmosphere they added there at the beginning. Okay.
Here from the King's Mountain view, here from a wild dream come true, feast like a sultan I do, on treasures and flesh never few. But I would wish it our way if I thought I'd lose you just one day.
Oh wow! See, Matt, this is why I love Tool, man. 'Cause I love the complexity to what's going on here, especially as they kind of just let the music build. I thought I was hearing something very weird in there, but it was those percussive elements. They kind of sound like they're on a Jambi kind of drum and everything, but it was a little bit higher tones in there. And then as it started progressing, obviously the guitar kind of came in and really gave us that dirty, gritty undertone. Now this guitar right here, at first it kind of sounded like it was like underwater or something like that. Actually, that's what it sounds like. I'm drowning or something like that. It's got a reverb on it too, or a delay.
In love with the dark side I fell, dabbling all the way down, up to my neck soon to drown. But you changed that all for me, lifted me up, turned me around. So
So generally, when music is playing, we try to look for those eternal not turn on, but we try to look for something to latch on to, right? Kind of like a foundation of a song that kind of gives us that sense of, hey, all right, I'm still following this. It's kind of like similar when you listen to like house or techno music, right? The foundation for that will be mostly in the percussion. Right. But it's like Tool kind of just flips that on its head, right? The percussion just kind of goes wild. And sometimes what's carrying the foundation of the song is the melody itself, which sometimes can be a little bit difficult. You know what I mean? With the repetitiveness. But in this case, it was the guitar, right? Because the structure of the do-do-do-do-do, but again, it's kind of polyrhythm. That's why they're the kings of polyrhythm. And then you realize that it's that foundation when this part kind of comes in, when you're listening to this for the first time, when the drums come in and everything, but the rhythm is staying the same. You're like, oh, okay. And it kind of like it brings itself together, right? It's like finding that lost piece in the puzzle. You're like, where does this piece go? I've scoured everywhere. Oh, there it is. Once you take a step back and look at the bigger picture. See, now it's going. Six. You hear what a downbeat is. Try to wrap up. You don't even know what to do. You can nod your head. It's an experience. Just sit through it. What? Oh my goodness. What was that? Look, bro, I swear to you. I know I've been wrong before in the past when I thought something was something else, but you guys told me that was actually a guitar. If y'all tell me that was a guitar, man, I'm gonna freaking lose it. Okay. Because that sounded, man, it could have been a guitar. That sounded like it was a talk box. Right, especially when it got to the lower extras, like somebody was like, wow, but it could have been a guitar with some heavy distortion and the wah pedal, right? Because that a wah pedal in the hands of a good guitarist can do some wondrous things. But bro, the tone control in that, right? Because a sound like that can get very annoying very quickly. But I think they balance that out by adding that distortion in there. I don't know what to make of that. I've never heard a sound like that before. You know, it's oh God. Man. Man. You hear the screams in the background, echoed, really low, reverbed. Hold on before we go on. So we see how the song is now evolved into something a little bit more opening, right? The very first, like not first 6 minutes, but pretty much majority of it was heavy distortion, right? A whole bunch of grit and everything. But now the song is opened up, right? A whole bunch, a lot more sustained notes. He's singing more openly and everything, right? This it's interesting that it happens towards the end of the song, like towards the end of it, as opposed to in the middle, like a whole lot. And I might have to go and look at the lyrics or look at the meaning of this to get a little bit more context, because you generally, if I don't have lyrics with me, then I just focus on something that I can understand. And that's pretty much like the music and what they're trying to convey in their music. So, but yeah, sounding a lot more open now. There's that sound again. Like I said, man, tour was just an experience, bro. Okay, all right. So I went ahead and went here, song facts. Just I was loading it up as the song was nearing the end. And this right here, okay. So Jambi is an Indonesia province in Sumatra, part of a powerful kingdom with a rich sultan who lived in opulent lifestyle. The setting reinforced the message that family and friends are more important than wealth. Family and friends are more important than wealth, which is a great interpretation. But it turns out that this song was inspired by the kids' TV show Pee Wee's Playhouse, which had a genie character named Jambi. At Drum Clinic in Kansas, hey, it's where I'm from. Yes, Drum Danny. So this came from the source itself. Explained that when Justin Chandler came up with the bass part, Carrie thought it sounded like Jambi's chant on the show. Meket Heine Ho, lead singer Maynard James, wrote lyrics about a genie and making wishes, and the song was born. While it could have appeared to have a deeper meaning, Carrie claims it was simply a joke. Hey, I mean, if this is true, right? Then he said it's simply a joke about a genie and making wishes. Isn't that crazy? That they can make something that sounds so deep, so profound, and it was all a joke, right? They got some comments down here that they said that the lyrical content addresses self-respect, the salvation that comes with it, and the absolute need of humanity to find it. When we think about the song that we just heard, right? You definitely start off gritty, dark, right? the lack of self-respect. Salvation generally is, good stuff, right? And I was explaining how in the song came on that things started to open up, right? It was still had that dark sense and everything, but it started to expand into something a little bit more lighter. But that solo, right? I said it sounded like it was a talk box. What if that was just kind of like the conversation or turmoil and stuff that's happening, that's kind of just happening within yourself, or the destruction of yourself, right? The kind of back and forth, like kind of like a sense of stuff that's going on in your head, right? Look at this. It says we all chase something. See if I can blow it up here real quick. So you guys, I don't think I know how to do that. When it like shift plus plus or something like that. Shift plus. Oh, here it goes. Here it goes. It says we all chase something, but the fear of losing, but also the fear of losing something. The two things are often conflicting. See, that's what I'm thinking. That solo, it has something to do with that. I got a conflicting message from that as well. The lyrics can mean something beliefs, but human nature is similar amongst individuals despite our difference in experience and beliefs, which is a point that Tool frequently makes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Okay. And then if you continue to go down, look at this. Everybody's got some type of different meaning for it. And that's the beauty of Tool, right? Just like music could be interpreted, the lyrics also could be interpreted. And I think that's a very difficult thing to do, right? I mean, even though they said that it was a joke and everything, to even have your lyrics to come out and you plain, it's plain, here it is, plain on paper, right? And everybody can read it and come away with something completely different. That's amazing. That's amazing. But anyways, this reaction is already long enough. I appreciate those who stayed through the entire reaction. I know my reactions could get a little bit more long-winded, but that's just what good music does to me. So I'll leave a link to my description and for the rest of my a link to my playlist for the rest of my Tool reactions. Definitely be sure to check there before you make a request. Otherwise, I'm just gonna comment and say check the pin comment, check the pin comment, check the pin comment. All right, y'all. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.